We have also reported just in this last week, there's a new study that the Trevor Project has done. I know Jazz has been involved in Trevor. We reported last week their study in 2022 that Black trans youth, 25 out of 100, every 100, 25 out of every 100 attempted suicide. 25 out of every 100. It's a crisis. We're in a crisis for our trans community. One of the things I wanted to ask you about that I thought about Jazz at Harvard. We also reported this year already that the governor's office had an inquiry to all of the health departments of all of the state universities to say that they wanted all of the reporting of any gender-affirming care that was done in their health departments. And the first thing I thought of when I read that request, that all the state health departments, all the state universities are cooperating with the governor on the reporting, is to find out who the trans-identifying college students are that have requested healthcare assistance in their health program at their universities. Jazz Jennings was one of the first people I thought of. She's going to Harvard. And I thought, I'm curious what it would be like if the governor of Massachusetts asked the president of Harvard University to report the healthcare of gender-affirming healthcare. Well, what was your reaction that if Jazz was at the University of Florida right now instead of Harvard, the health system at the University of Florida would be reporting to the governor? What's your reaction to that?
My first reaction was HIPAA. Where is HIPAA in all of this? This is illegal. You can't go and pull somebody's records. I don't know how our state is so powerful that they can go in and find out what type of medical care you have. This is before they passed any of these laws. So once again, we're fighters. If this was my situation, I'd be out there calling the ACLU or any other organization that I feel can come and help us. Because it's a violation of a person's privacy.
Another thing that I thought was interesting is the governor is telling Floridians and all of America that Florida is a place where woke comes to die. It's interesting to me that he makes that statement, and I draw the comparison to Jazz Jennings. Jazz Jennings is being educated at Harvard University. That in and of itself says volumes about Jazz Jennings and also Harvard University. But our governor was also educated at Harvard University. How can Jazz Jennings and Ron DeSantis at Harvard live in the same place? One being this and the other saying woke is where Florida comes to die. What happened, do you think, there in that education at Harvard?
You know what? Harvard is a big place with a lot of diverse people. They have a big queer community there. And I don't know what it was like when Ron DeSantis went there, but obviously he wasn't hanging out with the queer kids. A lot of people can go to the same restaurant and have completely different experiences. So whatever experience he had, I'm glad Jazz is not having. And I think it comes down to personality. You gravitate towards those that are like you. And obviously he was gravitating towards people that were bigots.
Exactly. And perhaps Jazz Jennings is not planning to run for president of the United States too. Maybe that's another.
People have said Jazz Jennings for president, but she has no political aspirations at this point in time.
Exactly.